Muslim.
A Muslim, sometimes spelled Muslim, is an adherent of Islam, a monotheistic Abrahamic religion based on the Quran. Muslims consider the Quran to be the verbatim word of God as revealed to Prophet Muhammad. They also follow the teachings and practices of Muhammad as recorded in traditional accounts called hadith. Muslim is an Arabic word meaning one who submits to God. A female Muslim is sometimes called a Muslimah. Muslims believe that God, Arabic, Allah, is eternal, transcendent and absolutely one, monotheism. They hold that God is incomparable, self-sustaining and neither begets nor was begotten. They also believe that Islam is the complete and universal version of a primordial faith that has been revealed before through many prophets including Abraham, Moses, Ishmael and Jesus. Muslims also believe that these previous messages and revelations have been partially changed or corrupted over time and that the Quran is the final unaltered revelation from God, the final testament. Most Muslims accept as a Muslim anyone who has publicly pronounced the Shahada, declaration of faith, which states, "The religious practices of Muslims are enumerated in the 5 pillars of Islam, which, in addition to Shahada, consist of daily prayers, salat, fasting during Ramadan, Sawm, almsgiving, zakat, and the pilgrimage to Mecca, Hajj, at least once in a lifetime."
Etymology.
The word Muslim, Arabic, MSLM, IPA. English/Muslim/Emislim/ Muslim/ or Muslim/ Mazlam/Maslat/M/ is the participle of the same verb of which Islam is the infinitive, based on the triliteral Salm to be whole, intact. A female adherent is a Muslimah, Arabic, Mslmat. The plural form in Arabic is Musliman, Mslmwn, and its feminine equivalent is Muslimat, Mslmt. The Arabic form Musliman is the stem for participle of the triliteral Salm.
Other words for Muslim.
The ordinary word in English is Muslim. It is sometimes transliterated as Muslim, which is an older spelling. The word Mosalman, Persian, Mslmn, alternatively Musulman, is a common equivalent for Muslim used in Central Asia. Until at least the mid-1960s, many English-language writers used the term Mohammedans or Mahometans. Although such terms were not necessarily intended to be pejorative, Muslims argue that the terms are offensive because they allegedly imply that Muslims worship Muhammad rather than God.
Meaning.
In defining Muslim, the Sufi spiritual leader Ibn Arabi said,
Used to describe earlier prophets in the Quran.
The Quran describes many prophets and messengers as well as their respective followers as Muslim. Adam, Noah, Abraham, Jacob, Moses and Jesus and his apostles are all considered to be Muslims in the Quran. The Quran states that these men were Muslims because they submitted to God, preached his message and upheld his values, which included praying, charity, fasting and pilgrimage. Thus, in Surah 352 of the Quran, Jesus' disciples tell Jesus, "We believe in God. And you be our witness that we are Muslims, wa shahad bi anna Musliman." In Muslim belief, before the Quran, God had given the Torah to Moses, the Psalms to David and the Gospel to Jesus, who were all considered important Muslim prophets.
Demographics.
About 13% of Muslims live in Indonesia, the largest Muslim country, 25% in South Asia, 20% in the Middle East and North Africa, 2% in Central Asia, 4% in the remaining Southeast Asian countries, and 15% in Sub-Saharan Africa. Sizable communities are also found in China and Russia, and parts of the Caribbean. Converts and immigrant communities are found in almost every part of the world. The majority of Muslims are Sunni, being over 75 to 90% of all Muslims. The second and third largest sects, Shia and Ahmadiyya, make up 10 to 20% and 1% respectively. The most populous Muslim majority country is Indonesia, home to 12.7% of the world's Muslims, followed by Pakistan, 11.0%, Bangladesh, 9.2%, and Egypt, 4.9%. Sizable minorities are also found in India, China, Russia, Ethiopia, Americas, Australia and parts of Europe. With about 1.6 billion followers, almost a quarter of Earth's population, Islam is the second largest and one of the fastest growing religions in the world.